Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Monday, the 4th of July 2022. Thanks for joining me, and happy 4th of July to everyone in the States celebrating that. I'm going to use the Shadowscapes Tarot for today's reading. I just want to show you some of the cards, and I use reversals in this deck. Okay, so we have upright ones and upside down card. I want to just chuck them around a little bit to shuffle these cards and to reverse the reversals and turn them all around. So let's see. Oops, that card's fallen out, so I'm going to use that. That wants to be seen, the Six of Pentacles. So I'll just put that to the side. I'll put that in the screen in a moment. Let me put these cards together, and then I'm going to choose two more to see what the message is for Monday and what energy you'll be working with here. Oop, that card too. So I just need one more here. And this one feels good, so let me do that. Okay. Right, so let's see what we've got. So because these two cards came with the background showing, I feel that you may have a certain idea of what this day is about, but certain things will be revealed to you as you go through the day, so keep an open mind. First card is the Hermit here. And then we've got the Three of Cups. Ooh. So the Six of Pentacles is an opportunity for change. Usually in the traditional tarot, we've got a wealthy man handing money to people who are extending their hands saying, please help us. So it's a card that says sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down, and that's the natural state of being on planet Earth. And that when you are up, it will benefit you to help other people who may be struggling. And if you're in a difficult spot, that it's important to accept help, because if you do, then sooner or later you'll be on top again, and then you can help other people. So, on some level, like culturally speaking and stuff, a lot of people don't like doing that because they feel like their pride is hurt. If they're having a tough time, they don't want anyone to know about it, or they don't want to reach out and ask for support because it's embarrassing, or it's like, this is proof that I failed or whatever. And the Six of Pentacles is saying that that is a bunch of nonsense. Oh, let me just actually adjust them so you can see them. What it says, it's the natural ebb and flow of life, and you're doing yourself a disservice by not accepting help. In this deck, we've got this young kind of, what's a bard, someone playing an instrument, and he's being creative in a practical way. He's playing music here, and because of that, he's adding something to the world which is valuable, that stems from within. So he has learned how to play this funny looking instrument. He does it for his own personal pleasure and amusement. And what that then does, it creates this waterfall of abundance. So basically he's creating value, and that then is received by the world around him, and it leads to new opportunities growing out of nothing. We've got this little seed sprouting here and spreading its leaves. So the card is saying, don't ask what you can get so much. You are on top. You are in a good situation at the moment. Get into a perspective of gratitude here, and be happy that you do have an instrument that you can play, that you do have good health, that you've got somewhere to sit, that the weather is nice, that you have something special going on within you that you can use to make a wonderful contribution to the world. So the card is saying it doesn't matter where you are financially, or where you are in your relationships, or how much progress you feel you've made when it comes to achieving your life purpose or your soul mission, or whatever goals you've set for yourself. The card is saying, actually, regardless of what you have on your to-do list, you're in a good spot, and there's a lot you can be grateful for. And by simply tapping into that gratitude and enjoying it, you're going to expand it, you're going to make it bigger, and you'll exude that energy, and you'll share it with the rest of the world, and the rest of the world is going to respond positively in turn to what you're doing. So if you feel like, oh, it's Monday and I feel miserable or whatever, then try and change that around and say, actually, there's so many good things happening for me right now. Let me try and focus on the good stuff and see where that leads me. The cards are guaranteeing that that will lead to new growth and things manifesting in the way that you want. Plus, the Six of Pentacles is the suit in the minor arcana that's the element of earth. And earth is a feminine element that's very receptive to the energy it receives. So by thinking positive thoughts and getting into this constructive and grateful kind of mindset, you're able to alter your practical circumstances. It's kind of like magic happening. And pentacles in themselves are about money. You can see that here. It's about career. It's about your environment, your physical health, anything that is tangible and that exists in the practical world. So simply, they're saying you're a bit of a magician here today. Rather than looking at the practical circumstances exclusively and saying, okay, I need to water this plant if I want to make it grow. This kind of gives you the sense that if I talk to the plant, maybe something magical will happen along with watering it. So you're thinking outside of the box and you're able to alter your circumstances and your situation, not by rolling up your sleeves and working on things in a practical sense exclusively. It's also approaching things with a positive mindset and pouring the good stuff that exists within you into that situation. And because the Six of Pentacles, 6 in numerology, is a temporary opportunity and a window of opportunity, if you're stuck in your work or where you live, it's not by saying, I hate where I live and I want to get out, by saying, this isn't ideal for me, but I really am grateful for the fact that I have a roof over my head. That's what's going to affect growth and change in a very organic, natural way. Now, we've got the Hermit. The Hermit is someone who's alone, looking for enlightenment, and he gets it. And then we've got the Three of Cups, 3 very different women who are celebrating and enjoying each other's company and having a bit of a party. And the two are kind of fundamentally opposed, simply from the perspective of being alone and being around others. And because the Six of Pentacles means you can flip things on their head, it means that if you don't feel like you have a bunch of friends or people you're close to in your life, or if you feel like you have too many, you're able to affect change in that situation, and you can determine and decide what you want to focus on. Do you want to be by yourself today and take some time out to contemplate and to reflect on your life and to gain some sort of enlightenment around your life purpose or what you're meant to do here? Or do you want to have a day where you really share all your positive feelings and vibes and the good things happening in your life with the friends you've got and the people you're close to, and do you want to just celebrate that? So you have a lot of choice, particularly when it comes to your relationships and even your relationship to your higher power. So a window opens that says, whatever situation I'm in here, when it comes to me and others, I can take charge of that situation and I can change it around. So if you have 0 people you're close to, you can go to some sort of function and talk to people, or you can go to the grocery shop and just chat to someone. Or if you're just being bombarded with other people's demands and what you have to do and it's too much, you can close the door a little bit and say, well, actually, I'm not going to engage with this today. I'm going to take the day for myself. So the Hermit in itself is usually an older man who holds this lantern and who decides that I want to understand life more, and I'm going to do that by connecting with my higher self. I'm going to ask for guidance and support. So again, it's saying you're not going to get answers so much just by focusing on the physical. You get answers that are very, very powerful, and that then will affect the physical world by getting in touch with the invisible, with the abstract, with things that exist in spiritual truth. And the Three of Cups is water. Again, that's about connection. It's about love. It's about your connection with the universe, your higher self. So all these cards are saying, don't exclusively focus on your practical circumstances and the question of how do I create wealth or security for myself. Look for the wealth and security that exists within you already, and you'll be able to manifest that in a practical sense. So again, you may think I'm being overly detailed here, but the cards are, to me, specifically saying the approach should be on the spiritual truth rather than the truth of what your practical circums tell you to be real and right. The Three of Cups in itself, usually it's women who are dressed very differently, and each cup can even be different. And it says that don't judge a book by its cover. Connect with people and see the similarities between you, not the differences, and that's what's going to create a good time. But here they're all pretty uniform. I mean, the hair's a bit different, I suppose, but the cups are exactly the same. They're all mermaids. They're all in this bubble of unity. And because they're all the same, it means that you don't even have a tendency to judge a book by its cover. You just see the good in other people, and that may encourage you to not even focus on your own stuff, to dismiss the hermit and to say, I feel good, I'm grateful, I feel positive, I just want to connect and have a good time. And if that's the case, that's perfectly all right. But if you're not able to do that, or you do want to have a bit of a timeout, then you can use the same gratitude and positive feelings to say, I don't feel particularly connected to something bigger. I'm going to try and meditate today for the first time, or the first time in years or something, and I'm going to see what answers that gives me. Ultimately, both are very different, but the thing they have in common is that they're both in relationships, or all four of them are in relationships which are really, really meaningful and which are kind of responsible for this card. I put my higher self, my relationships first, either with my higher power or with other people who make me feel loved and connected. And that then puts you in this position of, I see the good stuff, and I'm not only focused on the negative circumstances, and that will then lead to new opportunities in a practical sense. So priority-wise, the spiritual and invisible on top, and then the visible and practical second, and not the other way around, even though the tendency is going to be to focus on the practical first. Okay, a very kind of philosophical and metaphysical reading here. Number-wise, we've got 9 and 6 is 15, and 3 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9. So 9, same number as the hermit. 9 in numerology is about spirituality and completion. So it's saying that this is the key thing to having the most amazing day possible, to see the spiritual truth as your most important reality, and the physical experience is secondary. And if you take that approach, you'll be able to complete certain cycles that have eluded you up until this point. Something new grows, something new begins, and it's going to be much more positive because it's been born from this place of positivity and gratitude. And that's going to then be an integral part of this new opportunity or plan or direction you have in your life that you discover on this day. Okay. So I hope you have a wonderful start to the week. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to audio reading with me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please. Hit subscribe and the bell next to it to be notified of when I go live. And also share the video with other people. That would be really nice of you. Have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.